we are going to start one spiritual book, that the Evolutionary Outlook on Life, as written by our Swamiji, Swami Ramanand. Uh, it is telling how to deal with day-to-day situation of life, what is meaning of life, what is aim of life, how to view what should be our attitude towards life, and by our daily works, and how we can proceed towards the process of evolution and achieve the fulfillment. So these are points are serial wise explained by our Swamiji in a very simplistic manner and correlating it with day-to-day situations, that how can we heed towards life without going to any forest, without going to any jungle, how can we deal to day-to-day situation. So first chapter of this book is life. Of the greatest moment of our life is that how we see our life, how what we want to extract, what we want to achieve from our life. If you consider life to be a place of joy, then you are mistaken. That life it is not meant for joy or fun. It is much more than that, because joy cannot last longer. If something, some physical or substantial substance is giving you joy, then it is not ephemeral, that it cannot last forever, because for a particular span of time, any substantial object, any kind of thing, physical thing can give you happiness, but after that our body, our nerves lose their senses about it, and after that it no longer seems to us a joy. Then you can think that you will run for some other objects or some other physical substantial things, or some other goal. So you may rush towards other goal, and when you will achieve that goal, then you can again feel joy. But this is not true, because the person who are running for joy, their life is stagnated. It can be seen and perceived by those who had led their life in such a manner, that if you have heard about a story that a queen which was living happily in her palace has all amenities, all the things for physical joy, but she was sad. Why she was sad? Because the joyness cannot be pulled for a longer period of time. And what is meaning of such a life which has only joy and there is no ups and downs? Then such life has no meaning, and our society will also not accept such a person who leads his or her life for his own sake and for joy. So society will not allow such a person to live for longer, and we will be shaken from our sweet dreams. So the person who is working for his or her own sake is not here in this grand school of evolution, as led by our master of evolution, that is our divine mother. So if you are in a school and you think that, because this is a school where we all are studying, for what we are studying, this is a school where we study for our evolution. This is a school not for joy. This is a school not for fun, but to give us fulfillment, so that our divine mother can embrace us. And our divine mother will embrace us only after we are clean. We are like her. So in this school, if you think that you should be given only simple questions in our day-to-day situation, if you think that only joy and only simple conditions comes and no complications should come, then how can you be mature? Then how can you pass class wise? If a student of class 6 thinks that there should not be any hard or tough question in his or her syllabus, then that person cannot be mature, and the person cannot pass through or transcend to next class. So in the similar manner, in our day-to-day situation, whatever condition comes, whether it is good or bad, it is simple or complicated, it is win or loss, whatever situation it comes, everything is to be embraced for the sake of evolution only, because we are here to work for our evolution. We are here not to work for our joy. We are here not to work for fun. There is a greater goal than that. So we should work for our master of evolution. Our work should be as a offering at the feet of our master of evolution, and work should free us from all the bindings. Work should not be done. If you think that your son or your daughter may graduate and become some engineer, doctor in his life, if you are working for your son in this manner, then it is goal oriented work. And if the work is done to fulfill any desire, because desire is poor mistress to serve. So if you are working for desire, then in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it has been said that desire causes, it creates a greed for achieving that goal. If you are having any desire that your son may pass some exam and become doctor, then for after that desire, you will be created. There will be a greed created in our mind to achieve that goal. And if the greed is created, then and it is not fulfilled, then there is a angerness which is created after that when greeds are not fulfilled. First thing is when we get attached to some desire. So every grief starts from this, that when we get attached to some desire, one thing is that work for our master of evolution without thinking of the goal. We are working for our evolution, whether we may pass or fail, but we are working as a offering. And other thing, we are working for some goal. So in that case, we are working some goal for some substantial object of the physical world. Then our desire may lead to greed to achieve that goal. If we think that there should be some sweet thing, if we are thinking about some sweet thing to be taken or something of the whatever physical amenities, then you will generate a greed for achieving that thing, that you are thinking about some building or some good colony to achieve it, then you ultimate will have a greed to achieve it. It is so natural by human nature. And if the greed is not fulfilled, so 62nd verse of chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, that if the greed is not fulfilled, then the angerness will be created. So if greed is not fulfilled, then we may fall prey to angerness. And what will be after that? If greed is not fulfilled, then we may get angry. And after that, after angerness, we may fall in a condition of confusion, that our mind will not work properly, and we will be biased to situation. We may not judge the conditions properly, and in that case we may conclude to false results. So it creates, if the angerness is created, then it creates a mental confusion. And if there is a mental confusion, our judgment becomes malfunction. So our judgment malfunctions, and after that our character falls. If our character falls, then our humanity gets stagnated, and after that it is a loss of the person. So the personal, whatever is our personal nature, it is totally lost. So first of the thing that we should not fall prey to desire. This place of life where we are, we should think that it is not for joy. So life is not for joy, and it has some larger and very larger meaning than joy. So first thing Swamiji has told, the life is not to be considered as a place for joy. Now, as pain follows pleasure, as night follows after day. So if we are going for joy, then it is always followed by pain. As some mother says that our baby is laughing and laughing and laughing, then mother states, see, our baby is laughing, and after some time the baby will weep. Mother is sure about it. Why she is sure? Because if a pendulum is set to oscillation, then pendulum goes from one side, then other side. Whatever is the clock pendulum, it cannot get stay at the extreme position for longer. So if we cannot think about the soul result of our life as a joy, so we are if at extreme end of one, then we will be soon at the other end soon. So joy follows pain, and pain follows joy. So in this way life runs, because our life is fabricated with ups and downs. Like you think about some ark. So if ark is made, so whatever is the brick which is angled at this direction, so in similar manner, the some other brick should be angled in this direction, then only the ark can be supported. And if you think of them, some fabric which is weaved on cloth, so whatever amount it goes up, in the similar manner it goes down. So life is cannot be made by only ups, and it cannot be made only of downs. So it is equivocated. It is in equilibrium. It means it is equal. How much extreme to your left, thus at same amount you will be extremed to your right. It means that if you are happy by gaining $1,000, then at the loss of $1,000 you will be at equal amount of grief. And if you are having no feeling of getting $1,000, you are thinking that it is the shop of your divine mother, and you are just a servant. So it is by the grace and for your work, and you are not thinking that it is the personal property. You are placed in this school of master of evolution as a student, and the school and its any property is not your personal. It is for serving your master, your principal. It is serving the child, the husband, the wife, which are around you, and they are acting as a medium. If you are thinking in this manner, then it is correct. So I am telling that if you are at extreme ends, at larger amount, so if pendulum goes up to here, then it will surely go here up to here, on other end up to here. So equally you will be separated from your equilibrium position. How much you are at happiness for particular substantial thing, you will be at grief after losing that particular substantial thing at the similar manner up to same extent. So because life is totally balanced in both the direction. So what the strict pragya person does, he is at middle position and sees both the condition equally, and he or she is not affected by both the condition, though the person, the saint, sense both the condition, but that saint well knows that these things are coming and going. So in the previous lifespan of time, there many grief came and have gone, and we have gained experience by those things. And the things are not having any individual importance in terms of their coming and going, and these are only a mode to teach us. Like in previous classes, there were various chapters in which very beautiful figures were there. There were tough questions also. But as we pass the examination, as we pass over the class, those books are no more important for us. In the similar manner, in our life, whatever situation comes, if we tackle them, if we embrace them, that these are for our evolution, not for gaining or losing. What may be that if our son is not getting achieved, if our son is not achieving the goal which is set by you, and he is going to some other side, what may be if he is achieving the goal. So in both the condition, your object should be to work sincerely and independently, because it is not in our hand that what is the goal set by us to be fulfilled. It is not in our hand. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भु माते संगोस्तु अकर्मणि. It is our right to do work, and we have no right to achieve the goal. So it is said by Lord Krishna to Parth that we have complete right to do work, but it is not in our hand to achieve them. In the similar manner, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भु माते संगोस्तु कर्मणि. Don't do work for goal and don't be idle. So you may think that if there is no goal, then why to work? And in that case, the life will be stagnated and we will not get evolved. Where we are, then at that position, at that place, we will stay longer. So we have to speed up the process of evolution and cooperate with our Divine Mother, who is leading us to path of evolution. So first thing is, life is not made for joy. And as night follows after day, as grief follows after joy, in the similar manner, pain follows after joy. In the similar manner, if we are thinking that joy is ephemeral, then we are mistaken. It will be followed by some grief. So these things are coming and going. We should take it as a fact, matter of fact, that these are the things which are for cleaning us. They do not have a long-lasting effect on our life. They are here to purify us. There are a host of workers around us. There are a host of workers bestowed by our Master of Evolution around us, only to make us pristine, only to make us knave, only to purify, so that our Master of Evolution, our Divine Mother, may embrace us with our pure sparking soul. So in this way, we should think whatever situations are coming to us, we should not run with the current day-to-day situation or epitopsy. That means whatever is our swadharma, wherever we are kept, it is a pre-planned syllabus. If we are in 4th class, then the questions of 4th class will be given to us. If we are solving the difficult question easily, then our master of evolution, our divine mother, our Lord, is not going to give the same question again. If we are solving it, if we are smiling any day-to-day situation with a smile and facing it and knowing properly that these things are for our help only. So otherwise, our mother is not so tyranny or not so cruel that she gives us so tough situations, because if she is giving us tough situation, then she is always with us to lead and to overcome. She helps us to overcome to those situations, and at many instances previously also she has done so. So at this time also it will be done. So in this way we should think that if a baby is in the lap of mother and any kind of storm or any kind of gust of uh, wind come, then also the baby smiles. In the similar manner, we should feel that the presence of our mother around us, divine mother around us. So in this way, we should feel. Life is not for joy. If we are thinking so, then we are mistaken. And the joy cannot be sustained longer, because every joy follows a pain. And if it can be sustained longer, then our Swamiji says that in that case, our senses, our nerves, our nervous system lose the sensibility about those joy, and no longer it is a joy. So no longer it is a joy. So joy cannot be pulled on for a longer period of time. And those who led such a life, which is full of joy, like if you think that some king lived happily and died, then what a kind of horrible story it is, that there is no twists in his life, and the person has lived happily and died. So it is a very horrible story, even to listen and even to lead. And so such things are not allowed in our school, that we are not here for only fun. We are here to go ahead and ahead on the ladder of rungs, on the rungs of ladder of evolution. So we should step up, and our master is closely watching us. So such situations of joy will is not allowed for us for a longer period of time. तो इस तरीके से it is not allowed us for a longer period of time. Now, is the life meant for achievement? Now we may think, okay, joy is not ephemeral, so joy is for our evolution, process of evolution, for it to our process of evolution. So other person may think that is the life is for achieving something. Is the life is for going ahead from our brethren? So is the life to struggle, to be greater, to be wiser, and to be nobler than one's fellow man? So you may think, you may tempt to conclude about it that life may be for achieving nobler and greater positions from our fellow men. So it seems to be a nobler thought that yes, life should be for this. It betrays an understanding of life. Then again, the life is not for that purpose only, because there are, do you think that in millions and millions of human, you are only having the capacity to be greatest of all your brethren, your fellow men, and you may compete them, and you may stand apart from that at higher and higher heights. So it is not so. The all persons are having the spark of same divine, and you may like Sikandar, the minister of Sikandar has asked to Sikandar, that is Alexander, has asked to Alexander, sir, if you win all the world, then what will you do? So Alexander has told, please don't ask such questions, minister, because by thinking of such question, I have some kind of uneasiness in us. So what will you do? If you run ahead of them, they are running, and you are running faster. What will be if you go ahead of them? Because at end of the life, the mathematics of all the lives is zero only. So in terms of achieving the goals, not in terms of evolution, because in process of evolution, whether we are, there are some persons studying in the school for getting the first position. Some persons are studying in the school. Persons are studying in the school. Some are studying for getting higher rank, for getting prizes, and everybody is getting evoluted in his or her manner. But there are some novel students who are working to achieve knowledge for our and for the sake to add the process of evolution as set by our divine mother. So if in this manner we are working, the student is studying, then it is the nobler version of a student, and in that case the school seems not to be jail. It does not seem to be jail, because he is happily living. He or she well knows that what is the divine purpose of a school. It is to achieve fulfillment. And again, if he anyway comes to school, then he will come to school as a teacher and not as a student. So in this way, we should think the life, what will happen if we will be greater, superior to our fellow being. It does not make any sense, because we all are having same amount of energy, and if we make it vain in achieving the greater positions from our fellow being, then also it does not make any sense. We are losing our so precious life for the sake of a very lower objectives. So we should not waste our life for the smaller objectives, life for joy, life for being greater, superior, because it is only a kind of satiating our ego. So do not be egotistic, do not be egocentric. So if do not be egoist, so such things which is done to satiate your ego, that you are something superior, your spark of soul is nothing same as your brethren are having, then you are mistaken. There may be situation that they are at lower ranks, and at some time they will be at upper ranks. So this does not mean you are seeing only from at some shallow heights that they all are human and I will be superior from that. But life should not be wasted like that. So in today's chapter, we have I have completed 2 pages of the first chapter, and now there are other more chapters are there. So the chapter life will be continued in next class, that why we should not try to be superior than our brethren, and why it is a negative objective. So it will be explained in next class. Now I will chant a bhajan that slowly our life of both is going towards our goal. Shri Ram. धीरे धीरे जीवन नैया, धीरे धीरे जीवन नैया, चली प्रभु की ओर, चली हरि की ओर। धीमे धीमे डोल रही है, धीमे धीमे डोल रही है, तट के बंधन तो चली हरि की ओर। जल गहरा चंचल है तरंगे, जल गहरा चंचल है तरंगे, व्याकुल मन की विरही उमंगे, व्याकुल मन की विरही उमंगे, कैसे बिन पतवार के नैया, कैसे बिन पतवार के नैया, जावेगी प्रभु ठौर, चली हरि की ओर। आंधी चलती दूर किनारा, आंधी चलती दूर किनारा, छूटा जग से नाता सारा, छूटा जग से नाता सारा, मेरा तो प्रभु तू ही सहारा, मेरा तो प्रभु तू ही सहारा, चरणन संग लो जो चली प्रभु की ओर। धीमे धीमे डोल रही है, तट के बंधन तो चली प्रभु की ओर। जी घबराता मृत्यु दिखती, जी घबराता मृत्यु दिखती, पल भर में अब नाव डूबती, पल भर में अब नाव डूबती, मेरा तुम प्रभु हाथ थाम लो, मेरा तुम प्रभु हाथ थाम लो, ले चलो अपनी ओर, चली प्रभु की ओर। डर मत मन ये काली राती, डर मत मन ये काली राती, मन मंदिर धर मन मंदिर धर नाम की बाती, लेंगे थाम वो राम खेवैया, लेंगे थाम वो राम खेवैया। बांध प्रेम की डोर, चली हरि की ओर, धीमे धीमे डोल रही है, तट के बंधन तोड़, चली हरि की ओर। श्री राम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा, गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। न तोऽहं कामये राज्यं, न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं, कामये दुःखतप्तानां प्राणिनामार्तनाशनं। त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, न तुमदिष्टं पाहि मां रक्ष मां रक्ष मां। So it is humble request to all of our participants to join in next class. Till now, Ram Ram.